Hey there, my punk bunnies. I'm Silvy, and today I'm going to be playing Starfield, though this is kind of like an episode 0, where I'm going to go over some of the gameplay options that I'm going to be playing with. And in terms of like mod and load order and everything like that, I'm probably going to put that in the description, because I think it'd probably take way too long just to go over every single mod that I have installed. So anyway, first off is I'm going to go over the gameplay options and see what we're going to choose. So, first off, we're going to be going into enemy damage. I think I'm going to just maybe put it on maybe hard for all 4 of these. Ammo weight, I'm probably going to leave that off, because I'm not sure if I want to really play with weighted ammo. Then again, maybe I should leave it on, because... So, in past games, I probably wouldn't turn it on, because normally, like, say in Fallout 4, I mean, you'd have to go all the way back to a settlement and offload all your stuff. But since we're using a ship in this game, and that kind of acts like a home, and you can put pretty much unlimited storage on the ship, through the, what do you call it, like outpost system, then I think we'll do weighted ammo, because we could just leave any ammo that we don't need behind. Carry capacity, I think I'm going to keep on normal. Cargo access, I'm going to keep on normal. Vendor credits, I'm going to put that on increased, because let's be honest, I'd rather have, I might even put on greatly increased. Because I don't like having to go to all these different vendors just to sell stuff. Medical item healing, I think I might leave that on normal. Let's see more. Medical item restore more. Medical items restore at the standard amount. Medical items restore the standard amount, but more slowly. Actually, I might go with that. Yeah, I'll do that. Because I don't mind if it takes slower. That'll at least kind of prevent a situation where you can spam the medical items just to get health. Yeah, I'll do that. Food healing. Food doesn't restore health. That's the one I want. None. Sleep healing. Let's see what we have here. Sleeping restores health anywhere. Sleeping restores health in ships, outposts, and settlements. So sleeping doesn't restore health. I wish there was a way to, like, have an option where sleeping restores a certain amount of health, because then you can sort of make it kind of realistic in a sense where, over a course of period of time you do heal. That would have been pretty cool, but yeah, maybe I'll do location limited. Sustenance, okay, let's see. Food and drink, great positive effects. Fed and hydrated. I think I have a mod installed that where when you increase one of the perks and everything like that, it increases the amount of time that the food will keep you satiated. So I'll put that on positive and negative. Combat affliction gain. Let's see. I think I might keep that one on normal. Maybe. Actually, I'm trying to think of how hard do I want this to be. You do get a lot of medications in this game, and it's not exactly hard to find stuff that you need. So we'll do increased. Affliction treatment. Treatments cure afflictions. Treatments improve prognosis up to an excellent... Okay, so this would be if you take medicine, does it cure it, or does it just improve it? Improve it. The cure would just kind of like come naturally over time. Yeah, we'll do that. Improve only. Affliction prognosis. Normal advanced afflictions have a chance to worsen or gain infection and have a better chance to cure and improve. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go the hard route. Environmental damage and afflictions. This I might keep normal. I have found trying to play the game with the environmental damage on advanced can make your life a big pain in the ass. Where you like go down on a very cold planet and you're like trying to run just to get to that to like a little building or something like that, and you're just about dead. And worse, you gain an affliction. Like, while you're doing that. It's like, ugh. So I'm gonna keep that normal. Let's see, environmental damage and afflictions are gained from hazards. Afflictions are gained from weather. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that normal. Environmental damage restoration. Restored while in breathable locations. Unexposed environmental damage resting. Restored while waiting or sleeping in a breathable location. Unexposed environmental damage. Limited resting. Restored while waiting or sleeping in a ship, outpost, or settlement. I think I'm going to actually change that to limited resting, because I feel like since this is on normal, it's not going to be that big of a pain to deal with, you know? So that should be fine. Aim assist, I mean, I'm not using a controller, so I mean, off. So here's one of our first mod settings, green and gold settings. This is basically a mod that allows you to use GalBank like as an actual bank and have a savings account and all that. You can also take out loans, which could be useful. I don't remember if I have an alternate start mod installed or not. I guess I'll have to figure that out before I start. Let's see, interest payment period, 7 days. Let's see, the amount of days that pass between interest and auto pay periods. This is when any loans or savings you have accrues interest. Loan payments are due and automatic payments happen. The other thing I remember with this mod is that the automatic payments don't work. I don't know if that was before it got updated or... Because I can't remember, like, if because I know I had this problem, but this was a long time ago, and I don't remember if I spoke, like, if I mentioned it and then it got updated, you know. How long should it be for an interest payment period? I'm trying to think of this in game terms. How quickly can we go by 7 days in game? Probably pretty quick. Maybe we'll do 14 days. So, bi-weekly. Strikes before bounty. 3 sounds fine. Saving interest percentage. 1.25%. Okay, so yeah, like that's quite a low percentage, I would assume. You'd have to have a lot of money in your account for it to be much, but that's fine. I'd rather be at low than too high. Quanta Bank interest percentage, right. This is, I believe the Quanta Bank is a way to put money into a bank and actually take it with you through the Unity. I'm not sure why that would be 1%. I think that should be a bit higher than the regular savings. Loan interest percentage. Okay, now here we go. What should I put this at? What should the interest be? I think I'm gonna actually put this up quite a bit. 10%, yeah, so the highest. So that way, it's not like, okay, if you take a loan, you're gonna be paying a lot more for it than, you know, you wanna, since the game, you want a big disadvantage there. Okay, so I also have this mod, which, basically allows you to get extra perk points per level, or bonus experience, which if you increase this, it should, yeah, see, it increases it over here. Which I'm not going to use this at all, the bonus experience. I'm going to, however, do 2 perk points per level. And that's mainly to... Because I always found the beginning of Starfield to be quite slow, like, the leveling. So, I think once I go through the Unity the first time, I'll probably decrease this back to 1. So yeah, like, at first I'd rather have the, be able to get to a decent level, you know, because one thing I really hate is, I know a lot of people complain about this, is there are certain perks that are locked, like, behind perk points, like, things that you wouldn't expect, like using stealth, or, you know, the little stealth icon, or using your jetpack, like, these things, I don't know, it's just kind of annoying. So yeah, I'd rather get extra points, so I could get those perks without, you know, it won't feel like wasted levels, is kind of what I mean. Let's see, fleet availability determines when fleet ships should arrive to assist in combat. Your fleet should always follow you into battle. Limited, your fleet will only follow you into battle against watchtower ships. Always, yeah, so as you can tell, this is for watchtower. Let's see, point of interest cooldown. I think this is for one of the mods that I have installed, that increases, like, the amount of point of interest. I also have another mod installed that already decreases the amount, so I'm not sure. Oh wait, one of... looters, 50 days. Looters edition, used if you wait a lot to reset vendors. I think I might do looters, mainly because I have, I can't remember what the mod's called, but it makes the point of interest not show up as often, but when you're closer to, like, human settlements and all that kind of stuff, then you get more point of interest, that kind of thing. And I don't want too many of these point of interest showing up. Yeah, I'd rather that it be rarer than too often. Then we go with glowing effects. Glowing effects are always active. I think I'm gonna always have it on for lootable credits and digipicks. Yeah, bright, contraband. I'm gonna turn this off. Yeah, keys and security passes. I'm gonna turn that off. Turn that off. Actually, harvestables. Actually, I'll do green. I don't want it too bright though. Harvestable minerals. Actually, you know what? This is one I want green. Green for money. Now, harvestable flora and minerals. Maybe I'll do, a white. Yeah. Mineral crafting materials. This is for, like, I guess items that are around, like loose items. I'm probably gonna turn that off. Like, anything that's loose items, I don't want to really, like, have that glowing all over the place. And I mainly just want it for, like, so I notice the harvestables, so I notice the loot. You know, credits and digipicks. Perk magazines, definitely. I don't want to miss those, so... what color should I make that? Yellow, probably. Bright yellow. Now, unread books and slates, I definitely want to have this on. Because I prefer... Like, this may sound silly, but I prefer collecting books. Well, what color should it be, though? Blue, maybe? I think I'll do regular blue. Books and slates that are red, disabled. Yep. Once they're red, they've been read, then they get disabled. 8 items. Not too concerned about that. Disabled. 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 Or food items. Actually, maybe I should enable that. We'll keep it as orange. And not bright, just orange. Lootable ammunition. I think, what should I put that on? Maybe I should do that as green. Lootable weapons. Nah, I'm gonna turn off the weapons and the ammunition. Definitely don't want for the switches or anything like that. You know what? I'm gonna turn it off for the food and drink. If it was like Fallout 4, I'd probably have that thing on because it's more of a survival thing. In Starfield, you can just pretty much go to the store, get food, drink, anything that you need without much concern. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, moving on, I wish my scroll wheel would work. Date notification. Date shows the date in a conversational format. Shows the date and time in a conversational format. I think just date's fine. Star Shard chance. This is it's like a mod that has like these little glowy sort of things that if you go and find one and collect it, you get a perk point. And there's a limit between, 3 per planet or something like that. But they're supposed to be pretty rare and hard to find, so... I think it's pretty cool because that gives you sort of an incentive to explore more rather than just scanning things. Ship crew assignment. Unlocks the buildable assignment objects. Yeah, for now that's disabled. This is pretty much a mod that allows you to essentially set different assignment positions and when they work, when they sleep, when their shift starts, that kind of thing. And it should be good. It should help keep them out of the way while they're in the ship. In terms of, let's see, I can do this stuff here. The sleep start. You can sleep at 12 and No, I'll keep it at 10. 10 p.m., that's when you get sleep. Then they, I guess, wake up at, 6. Shift starts at 8. Shift ends at 4. Time off, yes. In space. Regardless of working hours, the crew has to work when the home ship is in space. Yes, it makes sense. So most of this just applies to when you're planet side. Leniency controls how many members of the crew are allowed to take a break during working hours. Note this setting has higher priority than space and time out. Okay. In space and in time of right. Okay. I'll say 20%, maybe. I mean, I don't know exactly how this works. Like, so if you have 10 crew members and you have it on 10%, does that mean one crew member can have a break at a time? And if you have 10, then you do 20% then. Or if you have 5, then one can take a break at a time. You know what? I'm going to put it on 10%. I want to put it on low, so it's not that much of a problem. Layout recognition. I'm just going to keep that default because I have no idea how that's going to affect things. Ship crew assignment time zone controls whether the crew's work and sleep hours are in local time or universal time. I mean, I feel like, okay, this setting is ignored while in space. I feel like it's gotta be UT because it wouldn't make any sense to have your crew adjusting to local time when you're traveling so often to different planets. Shattered space delayed start. Yes, okay, so this is a mod that I have installed because I want to delay Shattered Space because personally I find it ridiculous that it starts practically right away. Like, no, please not. So, level required, recommended level. You will need to be level 35 or above to start Shattered Space. This is the level recommended by the questline itself. I think I might do late level. Level 50 for Shattered Space. I don't want to... Shattered Space is pretty big, in a sense, like, where you end up, when you start that, you kind of are gonna be there for a while. I'd rather that happen later than too soon. Forgotten Frontiers rarity. Realistic. Discover locations limited by trait, atmosphere, by... Yeah, I'm going with realistic. Shade's vehicle tuner. This just pretty much allows you to have, you know, tune things to your liking. Like, I definitely want a cargo space, you know, like, as big as possible for the vehicle. Nearby vehicle cargo can be remotely accessed when near the vehicle. Vehicle cargo can only be accessed from directly walking up to the vehicle and within your home ship, right? And this is basically, I think you have like a little pad in the ship that you can access the cargo. I'm gonna put this as vehicle only. Like, I want to have to like go up to the vehicle to access the cargo. I don't want any of the auto harvesting, direct ship boarding. Let's see what this is. Shade's vehicle tunnels. That's the distance at which you can board your ship directly from your vehicle. That's gonna be disabled. Environmental protection when camping. I mean, I think you have to. I have that disabled, so that doesn't matter. When driving, protection when driving. I'm gonna have that enabled. Might as well. Primary weapon scaling is gonna be player level. Oh wait, you know what? You know, I'm not entirely sure what this would do normally. So, okay, so this is obviously going to increase the player weapon on the vehicle. I mean, the weapon on the vehicle as you level up. Whereas I assume in the vanilla, it's a certain amount of damage, but I don't know how much damage that is. Because something I have found is that you can, using the vehicle, you can level up real quick just by landing on a planet, getting in a vehicle, and just shooting everything with the vehicle weapon. Like, things die real quick with that weapon. I'm gonna put it on the disabled and, you know, like, hope that it's not that powerful. Or maybe I'll just... See, okay, because if I put it on player level, like the whole point of using that weapon is to use it, right? And, like, I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep it disabled. I'm gonna keep it vanilla. If it's too powerful, I just won't use it. Okay. No secondary weapon. Vehicle summoning. Disable that. The Trigger's Alliance delayed start on. Definitely. Again, this is another one that I kind of get annoyed by, is like as soon as you start the game, it's like automatic. Like, why are you talking to me? I haven't done anything worth, your notice yet. Bounties required. Default. Let's see. Default is 5 bounties will need to be completed to begin the Trekkers Alliance. Slightly more. 8 bounties will need to be completed. 13. 21 bounties. I think more. I think I'll put on 13 because I want it to, I don't want... I feel like if the Trekkers Alliance is going to come and contact you, you have to have done quite a bit before they're, looking for someone. They're not going to look for someone who's just a newcomer to that scene. Level required. Mid-level. You will need to be level 20 or above to start the Trekkers Alliance. So, you need at least 13 bounties and level 20. I think that's fine. You don't need to really start it, too quickly, or too late. Because it's not it's, crazy. You know what I mean? It's a shorter quest. Not yet Watchtower. This one is just so that Watchtower doesn't start too soon. I think I'm gonna do, maybe... I think about 30% of the way through, I think then we can start Watchtower. I don't want to have that start too late either, so that's what we'll do. And now let's go back up and see what we have. Make sure I have done everything I wanted. I was thinking about cargo distance. Normal. Access your ship's cargo only while near the ship. Yeah, I think I'll keep that on normal. Alright, so that's pretty much all the settings. And we have a total of experience of 40%. That's pretty good. And, yeah. So yeah, that's that, and so this is it for episode 0. Or part 0, whatever. And, yeah, I hope to see you in part 1. Oh, and before I go, again, if you want to see the mods that I'm using, you can find that in the description of the video.